Yeah, okay. Ikuzo.
It should go over. Okay.
That's only 37 minutes to 2 minutes. Shit. All right.
Yeah, it's not long.
Hello, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version 2.2 special program. I'm one of your hosts, Sarah Miller-Cruz, and I voice the female traveler, Lumine.
Oh, man,
Hey everybody, I'm Zach Aguilar, voice of
God,
the male
hands.
traveler Ether. And today we're joined by...
Greetings everyone, I'm Christian Banis and I voice Thoma in Genshin Impact.
And I'm Tuner.
And I'm Jinx.
And we have
We're Mathalos Gaming, I guess? I don't fucking know.
Yay!
Hey.
Ahoy there, you don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Yes.
Hey, and we've been waiting to
Oh.
see you too. It's so good to have you with us today, Christian. How does it feel to be in chibi form for once?
Honestly, it's kind of great. And the special program has always held a really big place in my heart, so it's really cool I'm on it.
I don't
Plus,
like that
it's
they have
kinda nice
arms
we get
now.
to meet in a tea house
Yeah, I
too.
don't like their
Well,
hands.
it is one
Yep.
of Thoma's
'Cause,
favorite
like,
hangout spots.
I feel like there's
That's for
nothing they
sure.
could do to make the hands feel
so
in
excited,
proportion
guys.
because
All
their
right,
heads are
well,
so
let's
big.
get things rolling with a first look at the
But the
trailer
hands
for
don't
version
feel like they're in
2.2.
proportion.
Into the perilous labyrinth.
They
of
almost need to
fog.
be smaller.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I think they do. To kind of match the arm size a bit better. They just feel too big right now.
As soon as the melody began, my mind began to drift, and I could hear the sound of someone playing along with me. Come, try it for
Doesn't
yourself.
matter.
It's all
Doesn't
yours.
matter. Not Korean
Kazuha
Kazuha.
deaf poetry when?
No. Need
Deaf slam poetry?
need Korean Kazuha.
Time to rock!
Yay.
There you go. There's your favorite character.
Run into familiar faces so far.
I don't know who Tao exists
This
now.
place, yes, this used
Damn.
to be my dominion.
Replaced by
It's the
Hu-Tao.
scent of monsters, the aroma of battle.
I don't care how strong they are. They'll be ashes when I'm finished with them.
Please
That's
allow me to
explainable.
assist you in battle.
Wait, what
with
is this?
Shikiguda And
Are we
Onmyo.
fighting a little Shikigami?
The monsters here are
Wait,
strong.
can we summon
Fierce
Shikigami?
fighting awaits us.
With
I thought that was a character.
It would appear that this place is some sort of combat training ground. There's nothing but fighting and slaughter to be had here.
Oh, it's the burning
Hey.
tower
Here,
from
what do you say we get to the
Pokemon
bottom
Gold.
of this?
Where are we headed this time?
Thoma.
Thoma D's.
I'm actually really
Don't
hyped
get
for
too
Thoma.
close.
Thoma D's.
Thoma D's
Here's Becca!
I mean, at least they're giving some love to Xinyan.
Lol. Yeah, she's yeah. Ironically, if Thoma does, if I like, because of like, you know, Twitter and stuff, I've already kind of been spoiled on like the reveals for Thoma's skills. Ironically, Xinyan might lose her only her only spot in a meta composition to Thoma.
Version trailers are
Oof.
always so
Which is in
exciting to
Kazuha
see for the
Ganyu
first
melt.
time. I'm sure
Oof.
our viewers noticed lots of new things in that trailer.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we'll be diving into all the new content soon.
They show
and
off
before we do
Xinyan.
that, let's get to our first
Just to
redemption
have her
code.
get-
Yeah,
To
sounds
have her
good.
only like optimal role be replaced by Thoma.
Get cooked.
I forgot to redeem the Genshin codes from the 2.1. I'm kind of sad because it's 2 polls.
Yep. Ooh, that's fancy.
There's my boyfriend.
I guess if I had a boyfriend in Genshin, it would be Kaya.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your choices are very short.
Pretty much.
And
Like
I
gameplay-wise,
meant that as a
it's
pun.
obviously like Bennett, but the possibility he's underage completely kills any chance of that.
I meant that as a pun. The choices are short.
Come
Ha.
on, we gotta get down to the market. They slash the prices on fish around this time of day. Oh, and if you find something that you just can't do without, I'll help you haggle the price down.
See, I need
That's
a
me.
I need
I
me
need.
a haggling
Hey,
boyfriend.
Mom, can we have
Toma's
child?
Ready to join the team.
We have
It
child at
sounds
home.
Like he's pretty good at bargaining.
Well, at your service,
Child
my
at
lady.
home.
Ha.
So, Christian, you definitely know Thoma inside out by now. Why don't you take the lead here and introduce Thoma for us?
Yeah, sure thing. You know, players have already seen quite a bit of Thoma throughout the Inazuma storyline. And though we
Them
met
legs,
Thoma
though.
in Inazuma, he was actually born in Mondstadt.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Now, he's a well-known fixer in Inazuma, as well as chief retainer of the Kamisato clan.
Gotcha.
As the clan's housekeeper, he's very good at various housekeeping skills. You know, stuff like trimming the courtyard, cooking, and sewing, and, you know, bargaining. Some even say that with him around, the Kamisato clan has no need for other attendants.
Oh. Okay. Basically, he's really good at taking care of everything.
I'm just one hell of a butler.
Yeah, and when it comes to fighting, Thoma is also a reliable teammate. He holds a pyro vision and wields a polearm as his weapon.
Nice.
When he uses his
Oh,
elemental
they just
skill,
releasing so
Blazing
many polearm
Blessing,
users.
Thoma
Yeah,
deals
I mean,
AoE
what, it's
pyro
like
damage. This skill also applies pyro to
3?
Thoma
No, it's
and
not
unleashes a
3 and-
defensive
See,
blazing
okay, pause
barrier.
real quick.
What's special about this shield?
Yes.
So they just said that his shield,
Yep.
it applies pyro to Thoma. So if that self pyro application is switchable to other teammates when you swap, that's going to make Xinyan obsolete in Ganyu, Kazuha melt. Because the only reason you keep Xinyan in there is so you can save Bennett for a different team, and Xinyan can potentially add more damage to your team than like an Amber can.
Yeah.
But because basically you need someone who can pyro infuse the Kazuha ult for you,
Yeah.
so that you can have a consistent Ganyu melt. And if Thoma can do that, then I mean he also provides a shield. He also provides like a good shield, so he's probably just gonna make like Xinyan obsolete for that comp.
Are you far away from your mic, by the way?
Am I?
I noticed you're a little bit more quiet than usual.
Is that better?
Okay.
That's about as far as I normally keep it.
Okay. Alright.
But yeah, new shielder unit, neat.
Already power creeping, Xinyan.
Lol. She didn't really
Is that its damage absorption
have
can
power
stack.
to be correct.
So, if another blazing barrier is obtained again, then the remaining damage absorption of the existing blazing barrier will stack, and its duration will be refreshed. There
Stackable,
is a limit
refreshable.
to the stacks of damage absorption, of course, but I think it's enough to make Thoma a reliable protector of the team. After unlocking the talent Imbricated Armor, when obtaining or refreshing a blazing barrier, the current active character's shield strength will increase for a certain duration.
Ooh.
Nice.
And finally, we have his Elemental Burst. When Thoma unleashes his Elemental Burst Crimson Oyoroi, he slices his spear through his foes with roaring fires that deal pyro damage.
How much is that?
Elemental Burst Crimson Oyoroi
4?
Little cone of fire.
No, 4 energy?
of his
For
Elemental
his
Burst.
It's probably a
When
very high
Thoma
cooldown.
unleashes his
Yeah.
Elemental
It
Burst
looks like it's
Crimson
about 4 particles.
Yeah, that was 4.
It's probably like a high cooldown 4 or 5 or something, I would assume.
We're getting the sack lance, maybe.
That would be great, but
Someday.
that would be great someday. I hope. But
Someday. Someday.
Oyoroi. He
Someday.
slices his spear through his foes with roaring
I'm
fires that deal pyro damage and weave themselves into a scorching Oyoroi.
Ooh, that sounds cool. But you're gonna have to tell us what Oyoroi is.
Yeah.
Sure thing. So Oyoroi is a kind of armor.
Okay, so it basically serves as another shield?
Well, it's not only like a shield. The normal attacks of active characters affected by the scorching Oyoroi will trigger fiery collapses. These collapses deal AoE pyro damage and summon blazing barriers. After unlocking the talent Flaming Assault, the damage dealt by Crimson Oyoroi's fiery collapses are increased by a certain percentage of Thoma's maximum HP.
Okay.
it's safe to assume
It
his
really
shield scales
feels
off
like
max
a lot
HP
of
too.
Thoma's talents are centered around shields. And given that a vision
They should have had this
represents
guy
its
voice
owner's
Bennett.
ambition, you could say that Thoma's ambition
Nah, I'm
is
serious.
protecting people. Isn't that nice?
Aw, so nice. And with his
I feel like
elemental
the
burst,
kind
not
of
only does
derpiness of
Thoma
Bennett's
protect
voice
his party
acting kinda
members with
fits
his
him, though.
shield, but he also provides extra pyro damage for the
Christina
active
V
character.
doesn't need
Yeah,
2
and
characters.
with the effect of the Imbricated Armor talent I mentioned earlier, After unleashing his elemental burst, the active character's normal attacks actually help strengthen the shield.
Okay, that's cool. So basically, the more you attack, the stronger the shield becomes.
Pretty much. And
Nice.
Thoma also has a pretty special exploration talent. Once we have obtained Thoma, successful fishing attempts in Inazuma have a 20% chance of scoring a double catch.
Well, there you go,
Ah,
Jinx. Too bad
nice.
you
That'll
fished
definitely
all
come
your
in
Just
handy.
got my fucking R5 catch
As on that
goddamn
note.
1 day ago.
Get fucked.
God damn it.
Get fucked.
God damn it.
You want to tell
The
the
funny
sto-
thing is, like,
you want to tell
the
the
funny-
story?
Oh, you mean about how about I had fucking 9 pufferfish out of the 10 I needed for my R4 catch when I burned my last rotation of fucking fishing and had to wait 3 goddamn days to get my R5 catch. The sad part too is I hope like with 2.2 they release more fishing rewards because like now the only thing I can like turn fish in for is for more fishing rods, but like the Moonstringer fishing rod from the fishing event is all of them in one anyway, so fuck. But yeah,
Move on to
so
version 2.2's.
real quick, so like with Thoma, obviously he's gonna be a good shielder. It's
I figured
really
we
hope
talk mostly about that when they finally show his stat page.
Yeah, but like the main thing I just want to point out about Thoma in terms of like just like speculating about how good he's gonna be. Like, I mean, obviously he shouldn't have as good a shielding as Zhongli because Zhongli's the 5-star shield character. But really, in my opinion, the thing that's gonna determine whether Thoma is like one of the top tier 4-stars or not is whether his ult has an internal cooldown or not. Because if he's able to apply pyro with every one of those like little flame cones from his ults, he's going to become the premier melt enabler in the game. And like, yeah, with that he'll be a premier melt enabler that also gives you a thick shield. There is literally nothing Ganyu could want more than a Thoma without an ICD on his ult.
I think it also depends on when or if, most likely when if assuming he has a really high energy long cooldown, as if they ever release a sack lance.
Yeah, if he had a sack lance, he'd just be like Jingcho, right? Like, you know, long cooldown, full particle E that he'd probably have to run like 180-ish, 190 ER4 sort of thing.
Yeah. Throw
assuming it's like an 80 cost, which is probably safe to say it probably is.
Yeah.
Just because like with the whole like he can refresh his shield's duration and strength thing, if it was like a 60 cost ult at like a 15-second cooldown, it'd probably be too easy to have a perpetual shield going on. I would think at least, but I mean, we'll see when it comes out. But like, if his ult doesn't have an ICD, like, I mean, you have Kazuha for your melt team.
Yeah.
But he would probably become like the premier option for like a melt team as a melt enabler, like to slot him in instead of your Kazuha, for example.
Yeah.
Which is also very big because that would enable you to save Xiangling for a different team if you wanted to.
I don't put Zhongling on that team.
I know. I'm just saying, since you have Kazuha, you use Kazuha, but traditionally, the team you run, the reverse melt swap team, runs a Xiangling instead of Kazuha, since if you don't have Kazuha.
Well, imagine not having Kazuha. Kazuha's like the most important, best unit in the game.
You.
And anybody who doesn't have a Kazuha was a sleepy, stupid baby who didn't have the foresight to realize that Kazuha was the best character in the game.
Fuck you. Laughs in Morgana, but fuck you.
Who cares about Morgana? Kazuha's way better. Have you heard Korean Kazuha? No.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, that is fair.
Event wishes.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it. In version 2.2, Child Tartaglia will be appearing in his Event Wish rerun, followed by Hutao in her own Event Wish rerun. Our new character, Thoma, will be available in the latter event.
Hasn't Child had like 3 banners?
Ladder events? Fuck you, it's so long until
I'm sure
Thoma comes out.
Everyone will love having another chance to get these characters.
Yeah,
Speaking of new
Fuck
things,
you.
we'll also
Wait,
be
wait, wait,
seeing
wait.
lots of new
They're
weapons
putting Hu
landing.
Tao and Thoma on the same banner?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck you. That's so far away. I want my Thoma. Ooh, new 4-star
Version
weapons.
2.2. First, we
I hope
have
they're
the
good
new
because like
5-star
the
bow,
monster
Polar Star,
new weapons
as
we
well
got were
as several
really
new
shit.
4-star weapons, including the Claymore, Akuwamaru, the Polearm, Wavebreaker's Fin, and the bow, Mountain's Moon.
Oh, sweet. And
Oh,
these
that's an
4-star
interesting looking
weapons
claymore.
look like they're a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and aside from the new character and weapons, we will also be getting new hangout events in version 2.2. This time, we'll be hanging out with Thoma and Zayu.
Oh, great.
Ooh,
Everybody
we get
can
to
hang out with Lily
Sayu.
Pichu.
I
Yep.
can't wait to see what we'll get to do together.
Well, you can definitely count on her sleeping.
I mean, she could probably take us along for her everyday routine in the Shumatsuban.
True.
Maybe she'll teach us ninjutsu, who knows? But, I mean, come on, guys. Aren't you curious at all about the Thoma hangout?
We already trust Thoma. He'll probably have his whole hangout organized for us.
Oh, totally. Judging from Thoma's personality and background, we'll probably be learning some housekeeping from him, if anything.
Yeah.
What's he just to be
So
one
all we
hell
need
of
to
a
do
butler?
is have some story keys ready and wait for these Inazuma adventures to go live.
Oh yeah, I'm really hoping Thoma's ult doesn't have an ICD because he'll be like he'll be a top tier choice at that point, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Because honestly, our recent character releases have been kind of disappointing. It would be nice to have a really strong 4-star come out.
You could potentially run like the child, so like the child fireworks team, but instead of Shangling, use Thoma. And now I know obviously Shangling's not going to do a shit ton of damage, but like it would be a safer way to run a similar team because like the child
'Cause you get
fireworks.
shielding.
Yeah, the child fireworks team is basically get good, don't die.
Get good, don't die. You don't even get to parry because you're running child.
Right. So this
Yeah.
would give you like an extra shield because I mean Beto's got a shield with
Yeah.
what cons,
I mean,
right?
obviously Toma's gonna deal less damage than Xiangling, but
Right,
like
right.
it is a safer alternative that still allows Thoma to run like an EM vape setup.
Well, because I know some people really like certain characters and like they don't care what's better, they just want to use that character. And
Oh,
so
yeah,
like
totally.
for a child team, like say you're really into child, like that's your boy. Like
Yeah.
this could be a safer, more accessible team that
Yeah, absolutely.
does a similar style, but not gonna
Yeah,
nearly as much output,
absolutely.
but-
And if you can reliably fund Thoma without a Bennett somehow,
yeah.
which Sack Lance isn't a thing unfortunately, but he would be great with a Sack Lance. But also like he has a big advantage over Xiangling because he can funnel 4 particles into himself, and Xiangling can't because the 4 particles she gets from Guaba are gonna get to the on-field character.
Yep.
So like that's a big advantage he has already. He would be able to theoretically run like a decent amount of ER or something, and you could possibly run Xiangling Bennett on a secondary team with like Jingcho or something,
Yeah.
and run that kind of a fireworks setup with Child potentially.
Yeah, because then you could run like the
Theoretically,
Bennett.
you could run healerless on that team too. You could run like Beidou, Official, and Thoma,
Yeah,
and like
That's
yeah.
that's what I was saying is like the Beidou
Yeah.
official Thoma fireworks team.
yeah,
I was just thinking like because you could run the Bennett Chongyun, Xingqiu. I don't know what's the fourth in the national team these days.
Sucrose is the best option unless you have Raiden
Yeah. Okay, so that's an all 4-star
or
team,
Kazuha.
and then you could run the Bennett, or then you could run the child. Like then I guess that's
Yeah.
not necessarily. That's still a 5-star. I was trying to think of like 2 really good 4-star teams you could run. But
Yeah, I mean, so like again, theoretically, if Thoma can self-fund himself, or at the very least not need a Bennett to fund himself,
yeah,
you can run a reverse melt setup, and you can run like a Xiangling vape setup, or just even run like a traditional national with a Chongyun instead or something.
Mhm.
And like you could run basically any healer you wanted to. So like a VV healer like Sayu could work. Or again, if Thoma's shield is strong enough and you're good enough at dodging, you could run healer list on the Thoma team.
Yeah.
And run like
I keep forgetting that Sayu
Kaya,
exists.
Yeah. And then run like Kaya, Rosaria / Chongyun, depending on which one you have or which one you want to use. And then Thoma as a melt enabler, and then your fourth would be flexible, assuming Thoma is able to like mostly self-fund himself, which potentially he could with enough ER, or you could run like a Fav weapon on him and like a Fav weapon on your fourth or something.
Yeah. That's probably what he's going to want for now is like a Fav until we get a sack.
But this is all dependent on whether he has an ICD on his ult or not is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on whether he's like, it basically depends on whether he ends up being like Yoimiya and having an ICD on his ult, or he ends up being like Jincho and not having an ICD on his ult.
Yeah. We'll see. Scorpy, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, man. There's also, wait, how good is the, because this is the catch ER as well?
Yeah.
How
ER based weapon.
How high is it stacked?
I want to say it's a second tier ER.
Oh, okay.
second tier ER, so it's not Fav, it's not like Fav level.
Next up, we have an inside scoop on the all-new area to explore in version 2.2, Surumi Island.
It looks like it's covered in dense fog.
Exactly.
Yeah, secondary, so it's a 45.9% ER.
An island that has always been something of a mystery for outsiders. Dense fog creating a gloomy atmosphere, and the visibility is poor. It's easy for inexperienced travelers to get lost in this fog.
Wait, actually, that's better than Favlance. I forgot Favlance is a 44 base weapon.
Ooh. Hey, we're adventurers, right? Mysteries are what we
chase
after.
Yeah, but Fav also gives you extra energy.
That's right! And there will definitely be new treasure chests waiting to be discovered.
And you know, aside from the new island area, travelers will be encountering some new monsters in the upcoming version, too. Let's take a look at their gameplay.
Oh, this shit's so blurry for me. Ooh.
It's a floaty boy.
Ooh.
I can
like
hear the
barely see these things because my view of yours is so pixelated. Lol.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell they were floating. I thought they were just like standing on the ground initially. It cleared up a little bit though. Floaty wolf boys.
It's October, so we need spooky skeleton doggos.
Spooky doggos. Oh man, October's gonna be Hutao month.
Whoa, yeah.
It looks scary.
I know, right? Well, these new scary-looking monsters are called Rifthound Whelps and Rifthounds. Judging from the names, we can tell that they sort of come from the same species.
They're like scary, but like also kind of awesome? I don't know.
I think they're cute.
Speaking of them being awesome, rumors say that these are monstrous beasts capable of corroding the boundaries of the world.
Fucking
they are mysterious monsters from the abyss and are divided into four types according to their different elemental powers.
These monsters can strike forward with their piercing claws, dealing elemental damage. During battle, they can go invisible, stealthily moving around the battlefield to attack.
Ooh.
And most importantly, Rifthound Whelps and Rifthounds have a very unique attack mechanic. Once their attacks hit an active character, that character, as well as other characters in the party, will be continually affected by the corrosion status. Affected characters will lose HP every second, and even the characters with shields will not be immune to this corrosion effect.
Oh man.
Whoa. I mean, they might look scary, but I'm sure
Hashtag
we can
dodge
handle
check.
them.
Definitely.
Just dodge forehead.
And,
Just
well,
dodge forehead.
That's everything we have for
Just
our new
dodge.
monsters. In the next section, we'll get a
Genshin
peek at
said,
these
y'all
Zhongli
fuckers
mains
relying
in
too
shambles.
much. Y'all fuckers relying too
Before
much
we
on
get there,
shields.
It's
Get good.
time to give away our second
Lol.
redemption code.
Yes.
Da-da-da! Next up, we'll be revealing the events coming in version
Oh,
2.2.
freezing yawn.
First event on our list is called Labyrinth Warriors.
Lol.
Okay, I'm seeing a theme here. The word labyrinth was also in
Lol.
the title of the version trailer, so we know this will be an important event.
Right? And the warriors part is straightforward enough. Seems we are getting some more combat in this event.
Yep. In this event, we'll be entering a domain in Inazuma called the Mystic Onmyo Chamber. Joining us along the way will be a paper figure called Shiki Taisho, who will be providing some help to us throughout the adventure. Also making an appearance in the event storyline will be the 11th Fatui Harbinger Tartaglia, aka Child, as well as the resident rock star of Leah, Shinyan.
It's gonna be great to see
Lol.
them in the storyline, but I gotta say, what an interesting combination.
Yeah, totally. And what's interesting, though, is that Child is the third Fatui Harbinger we've seen set foot in Inazuma. Given that the Fatui are not the most welcome guests in Inazuma, you can't help but wonder what he's doing there.
Totally. Yeah, and I mean, the same for Shinyan, too.
Yeah.
What brings a rock star to Inazuma? I
Oh,
guess
God, wait,
we'll have to wait until the
Shinyan?
upcoming version to find out.
Yin.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess
and in
I've been
addition to the
pronouncing it wrong
storyline,
the
we'll also
entire
have
time.
new
Yeah, I guess
event
it's yen,
gameplay.
not yan.
Let's dive
Shin-
into some of the
Shinyan?
details.
All right.
Right.
As I
Shinyan.
mentioned before,
Shinyan?
we will be
Okay,
entering
my
the
bad.
bizarre and unpredictable domain that is the Mystic Onmyo Chamber.
To
Monsters
be
and
fair,
hidden
I
dangers
asked Jinx
await
how
us
it was
there,
pronounced, and that's how he
travelers
told
will
me.
need to deploy 2 parties of
I
characters
blame Jinx.
before initiating the trial. A
Oh,
combat
yeet.
party and a support party. Luckily,
Interesting.
we can use Shiki Taisho's charm magic to give us the upper hand. Travelers may select certain Shiki Fuda before entering the domain.
Fuda.
These Shiki Fuda are like magic seals that will provide us with a variety of assistance while inside the domain. Some Shiki Fuda can summon spirits. Some can create barriers, while others can buff the active character. After making all
what-
the
why
necessary
did they-
preparations, we'll be ready to face whatever waits for us in the domain.
There are 5 levels in the Mystic Onmyo Chamber, and each level will have multiple rooms to explore. Random monsters will appear
This
in the
calm,
rooms,
though.
and travelers will randomly
I
obtain
was gonna say, I
different
saw,
items after
I
defeating
saw,
the monsters, including
Ayaka and
battered
Venti. I'm like,
Shiki
oh,
Fuda,
freeze comp.
damaged
Never
replicas,
mind.
and age tokens.
Lol.
Battered
Kekomi
Shiki
and
Fuda can be used to
Zhongli.
obtain buffs in the challenges.
I mean, I guess they have
Damaged
freeze.
replicas can be used
I
to
mean,
enhance Shiki
for an
Taisho's
all
abilities,
5-star team,
and
it's
age
not the
tokens can be
worst.
exchanged in the event shop for valuable
Like
rewards.
freeze
Oh,
Ayaka with
Good
freeze
stuff.
Ayaka
Sure.
with
Thanks for the
Venti is
breakdown.
not a terrible combo.
Okay, so moving to our next event,
Not definitely not the
Shadow of
worst
the
all 5-star
Ancients.
team they could have
This
put
event
together.
has to do with our new area, Surumi Island. During an investigation
I have to
commission,
wonder
the
what's the
traveler
point of having a
happens to
freeze
encounter
comp
a
with
ruin
Zhongli,
grader
though.
with regenerative
with Kekomi.
powers.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Whoa.
Seems like
Seems
the Ruin
excessive.
Grader has a special
Yep.
source of energy.
Yes, and that's why we also call it an anomalous model ruin grader. In the event, our task will be to investigate this grader's
I'm gonna shoot him in his
regenerative
fucking
powers.
kneecaps.
If it's ancient machines we're dealing with, we'll definitely need a scholar
Gonna
or
shoot his
someone to
fucking
guide
kneecaps
us.
out.
Yup, you're right. In fact, we'll be pairing up with a scholar from Sumeru
Gonna
during this
bust
adventure.
your
The event is
kneecap.
divided into
Oh.
3 phases. First is investigative surveys. During this phase, the Sumeru scholar will give us a special kind of prospector gadget. Travelers will need to explore different areas with these prospectors in search of components to repair important ancient devices called Persina's spikes. These devices can be used to cut the flow of power to the anomalous model ruin grader.
The special prospectors we will be using are called Ayesha's Chaos Prospectors. When the target is out of range, it will point towards the approximate direction of the target. And once the target is within range,
I
it
have
will
an
mark the
approximate
location of the
knowledge
target
of
for
many
us.
things.
Travelers can place up to 3 prospectors at once. As soon as a 4th one is placed, the first prospector will be automatically retrieved. The survey sites span across Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. After we've collected all the necessary components, we can prepare Persina's spikes, which will then stop the ruin grader from regenerating.
However, we still need to test whether these spikes are fixed before we get to confront the anomalous model ruin grader.
Whales be
Which
like,
leads
can't I
us
just
to the
one-shot it
second
before it
phase, Data
regenerates?
sampling.
Man, this sounds like some legit research is happening.
I know, right?
Yeah.
In this phase, we'll test the functionality of the spikes by recharging them. Once we start the challenge, we'll have to use electro attacks to activate Persina's spikes and continue charging them. Please note that the spikes will attract nearby opponents to come and attack them, and if the spikes are hit by an enemy, the spike's integrity will drop. If one spike's integrity drops to 0, then the challenge will fail. So be careful not to let the monsters damage the spikes.
Okay. And once
Great,
we've
we're
collected
doing,
enough data, we'll get to the third and final phase of the event, live testing.
Yay!
Wait, we're still testing even in the final phase?
Well, let's say it's like an open beta. Travelers will have to charge all of Persina's spikes within the time limit to cut the anomalous model Ruin Grader off from its power source and finally defeat it. But note that if you defeat it before cutting off the power source, the Ruin Grader's self-repair mechanism will be triggered, which will then cause it to re-enter an active state.
Oh,
So you
okay,
can't
okay.
beat it
So
really
let me
quick?
Get this straight. This
I
thing
mean,
will
you
just
can,
keep
but it'll just
regenerating
sit down
over
while
and
you
over
charge up
again?
the other shit.
Unfortunately, yes. But
Every
the
time it
Ruin
dies,
Grader's
it just
not
sits down and
invincible.
fixes itself.
Just like a normal Ruin Grader, we can attack the cores mounted on its head and legs to immobilize it, which will help us
Kekyoimiya.
defeat it more effectively.
Kekyoimiya.
Our next event to expect in version 2.2 is called Tuned to the World Sounds.
Tuner
Wow,
to the
that sounds
world
poetic.
sound.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's because Kazuha is involved, obviously. You know, because he has a poetic soul.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, in this event,
Actually, would
Kazuha
Kaya
will
be
give
your
us a
boyfriend, or would
floral zither,
Kazuha be your
which we will
boyfriend?
use to
I don't know
perform
how old
music in the
Kazuha
event.
is. He's a short
That's
boy.
right. The
Yeah,
rhythm
true.
game
If
is
Kazuha's old
coming
enough,
back.
Kazuha's my
And
boyfriend.
this time,
Yeah.
we get to be
But-
accompanied
but I
by
couldn't tell
another
you. I don't know.
character when we
That's a
perform in
good
the
point.
event.
Yes, that's so cool.
Right?
There are a total of 7 characters that will play music with us. They are Ningguang, Zhongli, Keqing, Xiao, Kokomi, Ayaka, and the Raiden Shogun. Each character has their own song, and performances will be split into normal, hard,
Are they
and pro
actually
difficulties.
challenging this time,
Normal
or is it
difficulty
baby
is
mode
unlocked
shit?
by default,
It's still
and
gonna be
travelers will need
baby
to
mode
complete
shit,
the available
Tuner.
difficulty
I
with at
want-
least
Not
a
everyone
default
plays
rating
Project
to
Diva.
unlock the
I
subsequent
want
difficulty level.
Osu. I
Anyway,
want
enough of me
Project
just talking
Diva.
about it. Let's check out how
Not
the event
everyone
looks
plays
in
Project
game.
Diva
Sounds
on
great.
fucking what's
I
it,
want my
extra
10
extreme or
I
whatever the
want my
fuck it's called.
10-star extra
Way too
extreme
nuts.
Project Diva maps.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh boy.
Normies have to clear Pro, Tuner.
No, they don't. Pro means they have to get good.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I've done this before. I'm good.
Hey, is that A holding a
do it.
lyre? That's cool.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But that is such a nice scenery to play.
Oh, I know. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, shut up.
Oh my gosh. This pro difficulty, it looks hard.
Oh,
But as you
hold
can
those.
This is
see,
pro?
Before, travelers
Hold
will need to
those.
press the rhythm points
Okay.
when the ring shrinks down.
You had
to
my
around each
curiosity,
point,
now you have
and then
my
they can score
attention.
bonus
Wait, this
points
is
for
pro?
timing consecutive
apparently.
rhythm points correctly.
Ah, gotcha, that's cool.
Look at the long note. It's a new mechanic for this event.
Yeah.
You should press and hold down the note until the light strip disappears to score.
Step, line.
Does not look easy.
Eh,
Challenge
still looks pretty
accepted,
easy.
man.
Look, this looks like medium
I
on
can
Project
do it.
Diva, basically.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can
you
you,
can.
Zach?
Yes, you can, Zach. I'm
Honestly,
believing
I
you.
love
Have
this
to
event
wait
because
and
it was
see.
just like one of those. It was the first time like you
Hey,
couldn't
the
just
sound of a
wail
lyre
through it. You
is
actually had to
actually-
be good at
Yeah,
something.
you actually
Something.
had to like do the
So
mechanics.
useful.
And then the next time that happened
It's
was
like
when
all
we
the
had
successive
the
notes
Raiden
all
Shogun
around.
main
Yeah,
quest
imagine
line where
trying
you
to
had
hit
to
all
dodge.
those at the same time.
I know.
And we instantly understood which content creators knew how to dodge and which didn't.
As someone with no rhythm, oh no, get good, scrub.
Well,
I'm imagining myself playing right now.
I know, right? I'm so excited
Tuner's
to
so
give it a try.
toxic. Toxic's Project Diva extra extreme player over here.
Look,
It's a pretty good score.
look.
Well, that's all we've got for the Tune to the World Sounds event.
Look.
I hope all you travelers will enjoy playing music alongside your favorite characters. Next, we have another
Oh
event
god, can you pause it
called
real quick?
Dreams of Bloom.
My
Look,
sound is
my-
like fucking up.
Look, my uncle was like, why are you spending so much time on Guitar Hero? That skill will never be useful at any point in your life.
Lol.
It's good enough for Genshin.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. The event
Streaming
is
the event
initiated
on
by
Genshin.
an
Look at me
Inazuma
now,
tourist
uncle.
named
Look at
Sakuya.
me now.
During the
Oh,
event, travelers can
As a dude, if I had a fucking dollar for every time my uncle would say something about how like whatever skill I'm working on at the moment was going to be worthless, I'd have $2, which isn't a lot, but it's strange that it happened twice.
submit the materials Sakuya requests daily to obtain some special seeds from her. We can then plant these seeds in a Path of Value luxuriant glebe in the Serena Teapot. After waiting for some time, the seeds will then grow into beautiful flowers called dream blooms, which is an amazing name, by the way.
I know, right? And you know, it looks like we'll have multiple kinds of dream blooms.
That's right. Sakuya will prepare 3 different kinds of dream bloom seeds for us during the event. Star hibiscus seed, pearbell seed, and silk pod seed. What's special here is that even the same type of seed can grow into different colors.
Yo, it's sort of like a mystery prize.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Also, travelers will be able to send their flowers to each other. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, that's so sweet. So we can send the
gonna
flowers we
send
already
Tuner
collected
all
to
the
our
pink
friends who
flowers.
might need them.
Yay!
That's cool.
Yeah. In addition, the grown flowers can also be used as furnishings to decorate our realms. Once travelers have completed certain challenges, we can obtain Sakuya's special gardening package and choose one of the 3 flower stands that we prefer. We can also customize
flower
flower
stand is the
arrangements
best.
in our
I heard
stands and
flowers-
make them into unique furnishings for ourselves.
I don't.
Flower
My mind went to
stands.
We've seen
JoJo.
some customized flower
Yep.
stands appearing in our teapots.
Flower stand.
bet.
Oh,
Please note that after the event ends, the
Damo,
flower
damo,
seeds
damo,
from this
damo,
event
damo,
will
damo,
also
damo, damo,
disappear. So be sure to participate in the event before they're gone.
I will.
I am
And
disappointed there
besides all
isn't
these
a flower
events, we
stand
will
that is in the
also be
shape of a
seeing
JoJo
another
pose.
return of the ley line overflow event.
I want my
During the event, we
major
will have
Armstrong
3
flower
chances daily
stand.
to collect double rewards from overflowing blossoms of wealth or blossoms of revelation. This event always makes things so much easier for leveling up your characters, right?
Yeah, especially when you have a lot of characters to work on.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. All right. That's about all we have for the
Oh, and
events
the
in
ley line
version
overflow.
2.2.
Neat.
Now let's move on to some great updates coming to the Serena Teapot.
Yay!
In version 2.2, the new realm style, Silken Courtyard, as well
Ooh.
as a series of brand new Serena Teapot
Inazuma.
furnishings will become
Ooh.
available for travelers to enjoy.
All right, it's time for some Inazuma vibes in our teapots.
Yeah. Wow, it's
Wow.
beautiful.
Awkward-
Oh my
awkward
gosh,
silence.
Look at that
Yep,
sunset.
awkward pause waiting
It's
for
just
scene
gorgeous.
transition.
Everything is so beautiful. It
Oh,
feels
shit.
so peaceful too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like watching it.
Of course,
is
it's
so
just
peaceful.
filled with sakura trees.
It's awesome.
It's so cool, but how do we get this realm style?
Okay, well, once travelers have upgraded their sacred Sakura's
Ooh, hot
favor
tub.
to level 40, they can claim the rewards to unlock the Silken Courtyard style.
Wow, level
Is it time
40?
for Genshin hot tub
I
streaming?
know, right? The good news is that even while your sacred Sakura hasn't reached level
I know
40,
it's called an
you can still
onsen. I
gain
was
a
making a
variety of
joke.
There's a so I don't know if you saw this, but there was like a when they did the hot tub streams on
Yeah.
like the actual hot tub category.
Yeah.
There's a stream that just plays Gerald of Riverdale
Mm-hmm.
in his hot tub from Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the stream. That's all it is. And it was like top stream. I think it still regularly
Nice.
gets up there. But I was thinking about doing the same thing with the main character from Ghost of Tsushima, who
Oh, yeah.
frequents onsens. I thought it'd be funny.
new Inazuma styled
I wanna do the
furnishing
same thing with a
blueprints
hot
and
tub scene
furnishing set
from,
blueprints
Wrath
in the
of
coming
Asura.
version.
And on that note, we'll also have a new way of collecting blueprints in version 2.2. Inside the new Surumi
yeah, it's
Island
Rivia,
area
not
lies a
Riverdale,
brand new
but-
type
No,
of
no,
treasure
it's
chest
Gerald
called
of
Remarkable
Riverdale.
Chests. Travelers
What?
will be able
It's
to obtain
Gerald
blueprints
of
by
Riverdale.
finding and opening these chests.
I'm
Remarkable.
confused now.
That was
We can
intentional.
also obtain some all-new furnishing blueprints by purchasing them from Tubby the Teapot Spirit, or by receiving them as rewards from certain world
Rue is
quests.
pissed.
In version 2.2, a new furnishing type will be added to the Serena Teapot system called a floating platform. Basically,
huh.
it's like a type of rock that floats in the air.
Oh, sort of like Plastrite from the Lantern, right?
Yeah, but with these floating platforms, we
Floating
can
rock
actually set
theater
a
times?
certain height for them to float at. And just like any other landform, we can place furnishings on it.
Okay.
And with that, we can start creating our own Adepti abodes inside our realms.
Yes! In addition, there will also be some optimizations
How
to
do
the
you
Serena Teapot
get
system.
up?
Get to them.
Starting from version 2.2, we can learn blueprints from several new places, like through the Create Furnishing menu inside the Serena Teapot, through the forge, and through the crafting bench.
Oh, that definitely makes learning blueprints a lot more convenient.
Yeah, and aside from optimizations to the Serena Teapot system, version 2.2 will also include an optimization to the storage capacity of our inventory. After the version update, the maximum artifacts we can store in our inventory will be increased from 1,000 to 1,500.
There you go, Jinx.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, and
I mean,
that should be just
not
about all
that
we have
big of a
regarding
deal,
the version update.
Oh,
I have
awesome.
like 700 saved
Next
artifacts.
up, we're excited to announce
Because
a
I'm too lazy to go
collaboration
through
between Genshin Impact
an unlock
and Razer.
artifacts.
Oh, man.
Oh
Later
my
this
god.
month, Razer
Let me get that Razer gaming chair. Also, did I skip?
Razer Death Adders for my Genshin gaming.
Yo, let me get that Razer gaming chair.
Yeah, boy.
Chat, can I get some donos for the Razer gaming chair?
Gonna be clicking some heads with Ganyu with that pro mouse.
Why is it a Paimon theme? Why are they Paimon themed?
I mean, like, there's already plenty of like Raiden
We can
mouse
sit
pads
we
out
can
there.
sit on Paimon, I guess.
Lol.
Okay,
So you can fulfill your
hold on.
fantasies of squashing Paimon.
What if you could pick the chair? What chair would you want?
Out of these two?
No, like which well, they're the same chair. It's the front and the back. I mean, what character would you want on your chair?
Oh, Hu Tao. I'd want like a Hu Tao on the back with like the little spooky ghost boy on the front. Spook Tao. I know he has an actual name. It's like starts with a C or something, but I call him Spook Tao.
I would take. I'd take like a I was gonna say like a Gooba chair.
Unless I can have like a shirtless JoJo pose on mine, and then I'd probably do Zhongli with like a shirtless JoJo pose.
What? This has to be a commercial product that could be available for.
That's why I'm saying if I could.
Just commission some art and get a custom chair. You.
There you go.
Bonk. Please bonk this man.
We'll be releasing a range
Tao.
of Paimon
Oh, that's it,
themed
Bu Tao.
gear,
I know, I like
including a
Spook Tao.
wireless ergonomic mouse
Spook Tao.
mat, and an ergonomic gaming chair. It's always reassuring to know that Paimon's got your back as you journey through the world of Teyvat. And now in
Paimon's got your back. All right, stream's over. Have fun, everybody. Bye.
No, you know the
More
best
ways
thing
than
about
one.
the design of this chair?
And to sweeten the deal,
When you're
co-branded
sitting in the chair, you
products
can't
also
see
come with
Paimon.
bonus in-game rewards.
True.
Travelers can
Yeah.
head over to the official Razer webpage for more information on this special lineup.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy
Oh,
anything
man,
from
I can't
this.
wait.
I'm so excited.
Insane, but
And with that note, let's give away the third redemption code for today.
Dun, dun, dun,
All right.
Hu Tao.
Da da da. You've been pranked.
Well, it seems like the version 2.2 special
You've been
program
pranked.
is finally reaching its end.
And I gotta say, that was very informative.
So, tell us, Christian, how did you like doing a special program with us?
Oh man, it was so cool. Like, we saw all the new events, we
Oh,
saw
wait,
the
the
new
codes
Serena
expired
Teapot
already?
updates, which
Fuck
are
Yeah, the code-
amazing.
well,
There's terrifying monsters.
yeah,
and,
there would
you
be
know, of course,
24 hours.
Thoma.
Oh, they're only 24 hours?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I also can't wait for Thoma and the Serena Teapot updates and the monsters. It's gonna be great. And Christian, it was so awesome having you on the special program.
Hey, well, thanks for having me.
Well, I think it's about time to say goodbye. I hope you all enjoy the version 2.2 updates, and thanks for watching.
See you all in Genshin Impact version 2.2.
Bye.
So, why I say that he'd make a good Bennett is because his voice is very similar to Japanese Bennett,
That's fair,
in
yeah.
its like tone and
Yeah.
timbre and stuff.
Boken to Boken.
Well, what do you think?
Like I said, I'm excited for Thoma. He's just gonna take a while to come out, but like
I kind of
My excitement for Thoma is entirely dependent on whether he like has an ICD on his ult or not.
Don't they usually show us like what their abilities do at some point in the? I don't know. I guess I thought they were.
Yeah,
gonna...
no, there's like a background thing of it, but we wouldn't be able to tell if there's an ICD or not because The only way we could see that is if we could have reactions for it. Or
did
if
I
we...
miss it? Oh my god.
Yeah, no, they have it playing in the left side in like the little window next to Thoma. Yeah.
Yeah, there. It doesn't look the way I thought it was gonna look.
Yeah, so like we can't tell if there's an ICD unless we either A can see how it interacts in reactions, or B, we have a long enough clip to be able to count how long the status lasts on enemies, because that can also determine whether it's refreshing ICD or what the gauge level is.
Yeah.
Is based on how long it lasts, the duration, but like the clip's not long enough to do that. So there's really no way for us to know right now.
Christian bananas.
Bananas.
Christian bananas. A holy banana.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that?
Cool. Yeah, the main thing I guess to talk about, because like the events are events, right? They're probably gonna be fun little distractions for like an hour or two when they come out. But events are events, and I don't really care about Serena Teapot shit, honestly. It exists for me to get free resin and artifact experience.
I'm just here for the music events.
Yep.
I'm here for 'em.
I think the main other thing to talk about is like, Child and Hu Tao rerun. And actually it's interesting that they are rerunning these guys, because these are two 5-stars that like I've been thinking about recently. Like, other than like pulling Ganyu, Venti, and Kazuha, right? Which are all like uniquely powerful in their own ways for certain reasons.
Mhm.
Hu Tao and Child, I guess, and Zhongli is also in that list, right? But Hu Tao and Child are like the two other 5-stars that to me seem like, to me there is a reason to pull for them from a meta standpoint.
Yeah.
Because like we talked about in like podcasts before, they're the two 5-stars that they aren't necessarily much, if any, improvements over their 4-star options, but they provide the ability to save units for your other team in the Abyss.
Yeah, you don't need Bennett on Hu Tao, and you don't need Xingqiu on Child.
So like you can run like a Child, what 1010's been calling an international team with like Child, Zhongling, Bennett, and whatever 4th, right?
Stop!
Stop it! Okay. Anyway, you can run a Child, Zhongling vape team, right? And like, depending on your build and other stuff, like Child's always better in AoE than Xingqiu, but a C6 Xingqiu is better in single target, right? But aside from comparing which team is better, the simple fact is running Child on one side means you can use Xingqiu on the other side. And same thing with Hu Tao, you can run a Hu Tao vape team and then save your Bennett for the other team, meaning you can run like, a Zhongling Bennett reverse melt team or whatever. Or you can run like a Geo swap team with a Bennett to buff everyone, or you can run like a Sucrose Taser with Bennett to buff your official and your Beidou. Like, they have a lot of value in terms of Abyss clearing content, not necessarily because their absolute power is that high compared to like Kazuha, Venti, and Ganyu, but because they give you access to saving very important 4-stars for your other team on the Abyss. And those are kind of the main two who do that out of the 5-stars we've gotten so far. So it's interesting that they're rerunning them on the 2.2 banner.
Right. I'm trying to decide. I kind of wish Thoma was on the Child banner, because I really don't. I mean, what's Hu Tao's C2?
I don't even fucking remember. C1's the only one people care about, but
yeah.
Let me see real quick. Let me look it up. Hu Tao C2. I mean, either way, I'm not activating my cons, but oh, actually, this one's that's like the other one that's a big damage increase. It increases your Blood Blossom, the little damage over time effect, by 10% of your max HP. At the time it's applied, and you reapply it every time you charge attack. So like, it's actually a decent damage increase.
Okay.
Also, Spirit Soothe, your ult applies Blood Blossom, which is also pretty good. So it's actually like.
Is C3 her E or her ult?
C3 is her E, which is also really good because a lot more attack scaling. So
there you go. Okay.
A lot more attack. So like her first 3 cons are actually really good. That's kind of like the big thing that people forget about with like the whole Hu Tao to like Diluc comparison, right? Is that when you're running like 4-star weapons and C0 on both, Hu Tao's barely better than Diluc and only in single target. But what makes like Hu Tao such a stronger like vape carry than Diluc is the fact that her early cons are so much better than Diluc's, and that the damage gain she gets from her ideal 5-star, aka Homa versus Gravestone on Diluc, is just so much more damage. She gains so much more damage from a Homa than he does.
Yeah, but
from
what
a
are we gonna do
Gravestone.
what is Diluc gonna do when we get a crit greatsword?
I mean, still, Hu Tao's probably gonna get more damage out of it just because the Homa passive is literally built for Hu Tao.
No. What if we get listen. What if we get a crit greatsword with like a
With like
witch,
a Riven passive?
No, with like a witch or a witch passive.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like a Riven passive would be more fitting of like, you deal bonus damage or you gain bonus stats every time you normal attack after using an E or something like that. That would be like tailor-made for Diluc.
Yeah.
That would be the kind of like that would be like the equivalent of like how Homa's passive is tailor-made for Hu Tao, or how Amos's passive is tailor-made for Ganyu, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because like most other characters, their ideal 5-star weapon doesn't really have a tailor-made passive for them, so it's still a big stat increase, but it's not as big a stat increase as those two, right?
Yeah.
Like Ayaka's got Jade Cutter, which it's extra stats, but it's also not really tailor-made for her, and in fact, it's got kind of an inverse relationship with her because
Ayaka doesn't have Jade Cutter.
Huh?
Mist.
Is the other? Oh wait,
Mist
is Mist Splitter? I forget. What is Mist Splitter's substat?
I never got it.
Substat.
Well, yeah, it's crit damage, but what is its passive?
Its passive is it's the stacking thing where you get elemental damage bonus.
Oh, right.
Elemental damage bonus from normal attacking elemental damage.
So Kaching's C6.
Yeah, basically. Normal attack that deal elemental damage, casting elemental burst. The problem is she only gets like 2 stacks of it up.
Yeah.
And also stacks disappear when your energy is full, so like she can't she can't even like build up, she can't even keep the 2 stacks for her ult. So it's really only for like increasing her charge attack and E damage after she ults.
Yeah,
so it's like not.
It's more Kaching's signature weapon.
Yeah, it's more of Kaching's signature weapon than anything else, honestly. Like it's clearly like it's very good for Kaching. That being said, though, Jade Cutter can beat it just because raw stats. Like it depends on.
And she's already got a crit damage substat, so.
Yeah, and like the problem with like Jade Cutter for like for specifically for Ayaka is that with Blizzard Strayer 4 and Cryo Resonance, you've already got 55% extra crit rate, so you're probably gonna overcap your crit rate using Jade Cutter.
Yeah.
And then like Zhongli also uses Homa, but Homa isn't as much of a damage gain for him. And then he also can't really make use of its secondary passive because it is so hard to get below half health on Zhongli.
Yeah.
Especially because he got this fat ass shield on top of it.
Well, it's mostly just like there to give him the extra HP for his.
Yeah, exactly. It's there for the extra HP and for like the high base attack, basically. So it's not nearly as significant as it is.
Did they say what any of these weapons did, or did they just show pictures of them?
They just showed pictures. They never say what they do in the thing. They just show them off because they look pretty, and to let us know they're gonna release some.
What's so weird is these look like Kokomi weapons.
Yeah.
But there's not a catalyst.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Like these look exactly like I would imagine Kokomi using these, but they don't.
But they don't have a catalyst. That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Well.
Yeah, but seriously, 5-star crit substat Claymore win, because Jesus Christ. I mean, Serpent Spine is like probably the best 4-star weapon in the goddamn game, but still.
Diluc has the crit damage substat, right?
Huh? Crit rate.
Crit rate. So yeah, we'd want like a crit damage.
Ideally.
Let me get that crit damage. Let me get that crit damage with the Riven passive or the Witch passive.
And then it will be Diluc's day to shine again.
Then we'll get the Diluc boy back.
Yup. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, honestly, Child and Hu Tao are both not bad pulls from a meta standpoint. They're not bad pulls. Just because saving Jingcho / Bennett's for other team is very, very valuable. People often forget that when they're trying to compare team power. They're often like, oh, well, is Child a good enough DPS increase over Jingcho to warrant running? It's like, depends on your cons, it depends on situation. But it doesn't also really matter because saving Jingcho for your team 2 is incredibly valuable.
No, see, the best buff you can give to Luke is fixing his stupid face.
Yeah, also fair. Yeah, I think Jeff was saying, like, what does Jeff tweet out recently? Let me look up the exact tweet. It's about the Luke. See the Jeff.
If you raised up his eyes,
why the fuck do people say the Luke has drip? He literally looks like a middle-aged mom trying to appear more chic than she is.
If you raised up Luke's eyes by like 5 pixels, he'd probably be fine.
Yeah. Shrug. Never really thought he was that hot personally, but I know there's a lot of Deluxe Sims out there.
Yeah. I know plenty of people who are really into Luke. Then we got Belly Button Boy here.
Yeah, we do.
With his stupid half gloves. Fucking...
Yeah, we do.
I hate like palm gloves. Because they just make no goddamn sense to me. It's like, they sit on top of the palms. What are they holding on to?
Lol. No, see those little like squares right there? Or like on the base of his palms? Yeah, those are dermal piercings to hold them in place.
That's a whole nother topic. Dermal piercings. If you get a dermal piercing, you're
a fucking idiot.
Well,
I mean, I won't lie. Dermals
it.
look really cool, but like they last like a couple years, and then you can never get them put back in again on that same spot.
Okay. Well, I mean, anything else you're thinking of?
Nah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, Child and Hu Tao are valuable pulls because they save shit. Thoma looks really good. One thing I didn't mention is like the potential of Thoma also working as a pyro bat. Potentially, right?
Yeah, well,
like
that's
unfortunately we don't have like on like let's say like a Child jungling Vape team replacing Bennett with a Thoma and losing Bennett attack buff for shielding. And
not
Child has
not worth
and I mean if you want to run Bennett on the other team,
not
right?
worth it.
But like Child is unique in that he has way more than enough like Hydro application to vape both of them.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we were fucking around with it. Me and like Charlie and Ben and some people were like fucking around with it back when that like Regisvine in Dragonspine event was going on. Because we were curious. In order to like vaporize Child's single target Hydro application, this is even AoE where his Hydro application spikes even higher. In single target, it took us 2 C6 Zhonglings and a C6 Bennett to vape Child.
Yeah.
Like he applies so much Hydro, especially when you're weaving charge attacks properly. So like he just applies so much Hydro, you could literally run a Kazuha, Zhongling, and probably also Thoma, and still vape all 3 of them.
Nice.
Yeah, Child is his Hydro, his application period is just the best in the game. Like of any elements, like Child is an insane Hydro applicator.
All right, well, I think that's about it.
Yep.
And this would make a nice round even hour. Actually.
Yeah, nice even hour. But yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the thing with us, Twitch and YouTube's. That's it.
Well, appreciate you guys.
Yep.
See you in the next podcast, which either has already come out or will come out soon.
Yeah, I think realistically, this one's probably gonna drop first, and then the other one we recorded is gonna drop literally the day after.
Yeah.
If I don't decide to double drop it on one day, we'll see what time allows. But
yeah.
All
right, guys.
All right.
See you. Bye.